Hi, welcome back to Psychic Grandma's channel. It's good to see you all today. I hope you're all doing well. Please stay healthy. And I would like to say, please tap into your spiritual side so you can keep growing and the white light that's inside of you can grow and be as bright as possible. And what I mean by that is trying to be the best that you can be. In this video, I would like to talk about, well, it's a message or kind of like a reminder about the older generations, like your grandparents, your grandmother, your grandfather, or your parents, your mother or your father, to try to put yourself into their shoes, the older generation. And I know all this isn't easy for either side. If you're the children of a parent or parents that you're taking care of, because maybe your parents or your grandparents are losing their memory and they might even have dementia, or they lose their balance and they fall. Then they might have to, they break their hip and they might have to have surgery. And there's a lot of stress around all that. Especially, like I said, it's not easy for both sides. It's not easy for the older generations, if it's your parents or your grandparents, but it's not easy for the children of yours. If you're watching an older generation, not watching, but taking care of them. So I understand that it's not easy. But I want to remind everybody, it is very, very difficult, very hard for the older generation to start realizing that they're forgetting things, that they're getting older and they might be losing their balance and they might even fall. That's really, really hard to see yourself, that your body's letting you down. That's a mental struggle that the older generations have to deal with. And they feel like a burden. And they feel like they're letting themselves down, but they're letting their loved ones down too at the same time. And then they're getting closer to death, and they know that. They're not stupid. They know they're getting older. They see the signs too when you see them. That's really hard to adjust to that difference of your body and what's going on and how closer you are to passing on. You might only have a year, you might have 3 years, 4 years. You know how short that is? Time goes by so fast. And so mentally, they struggle with all this, and plus they know they're going to miss their loved ones and all that. But it makes it even harder when their loved ones, say their children, are taking care of them now, or they're just starting to step into that role. You have to remember that, it's very, very hard for the older generation to lose their independence. It's very difficult. Just like it's very difficult when you're at the teenager ages, like when you're a teenager and you're struggling, you're trying to figure out who you are, you're trying to fit in, you're trying to get your independence, right? So independence is very important to people at all ages, but it seems like it's really more important and more difficult at the teenager age and the older generation, because the teenager age, you're trying to get it, you're trying to receive it, right? But at the older generation, you're losing it. And you had it for so many years. And that's a hard adjustment. So what my reminder is today is for everybody out there, if you are taking care of an older generation or even a teenager, you have a teenager, try to have patience. Try to be more understanding for what they're going through, the struggles that they're struggling, because it's not just physically, it's mentally. And try to have compassion for them. And try to listen to them. And I know, like it's hard for them, but I know it's hard for you too, because you're seeing your teenager acting out. Trust me, I raised 2 of them. I know it's tough. It's really, really tough. And no parent is perfect, and we all make mistakes. So, and you got to find a lot of patience, right? So I do get it. I understand that side of it. And then when you are taking care of an older generation, it's hard too, because you see them failing and they're not the same mom or dad that you had because they're different. It's like you change roles in a way, because now you got to take care of them. And too, they might have 3 years, they might have 4 years, maybe 5, and it will go by fast. And that's hard too, because you're scared of losing them. So it's a hard adjustment for you too, to see your parents differently than what they used to be. But all I'm saying is try to remind yourself, when you were young, say in the teenager's age or toddler's age, or whatever age was difficult for that parent, remember your older generations went through that with you and they took care of you. Now it's your turn to take care of them and try to do the best you can, just like they tried. Like I said, nobody's perfect. No situation is perfect. All situations are tough. But this is just a reminder to tap into your spiritual side and try to grow, so your light inside of your soul will be brighter and you'll become more spiritual, and that will give you more strength to have patience, to have understanding, to have to have compassion, and to remember to listen. That will help so much if you can just listen and not try to be so controlling and so angry. Don't show all that negativity. And it might be out of fear, scared because you see your parents changing. Try to remember how your negativity could make the whole situation worse and upset your older generation, parents or grandparents, why they're going through this difficult time. Because acting out of fear and anger just is going to make things worse for you and them. I hope this video made sense. My heart goes out to everybody that is struggling with a teenager or struggling with an older generation. But please, try to have that compassion, the understanding, and the patience, and please listen to your loved ones. God bless you all, and I'll see you soon in the next video. But first, please pass that white light forward. I love you all. God bless. Bye-bye.